EmceeTV.
What's good, yo? It's your boy, that motherfucker Steve. This is my homeboy Matt. And you watching EmceeTV, the podcast, coming live at you from the Lightroom Studios in Des Moines, Iowa. What's good, man?
Oh, man, I ain't done hip-hop with you for a minute, bro.
It's been a little minute.
It's been a little bit.
I traveled the fucking globe and came back since I seen you.
Yep. I heard you had some issues out there in the NYC.
They,
not knowing what the street signs mean, but...
The street sign, I feel like nobody knew what the fuck meant.
Hey.
I feel like they did me dirty.
I would agree.
I've never associated standing with parking in any form, but I will going forward.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't out there, so, I mean, you get into trouble when I'm not around, bro. That's what it is.
I suppose.
And that's what's going on. So what's new in hip-hop now?
So I fucking, since we kind of fucking been kicking it, I dropped a new track. I did a joint. We talked about it on the last podcast. I dropped a joint with, it was kind of coming to fruition last time we kicked it, and then we had like a little gap there where you was busy and I was busy, and and we wasn't really kicking it, and I finished the track. So I did a track with Fat Father, Marv One, and Ty Ferris where I did the hook.
That was Detroit, right?
Yep. And so I did that joint, and then I went out to Detroit and filmed for that, and that was 2 weeks ago. And then I did a track with I did a track with Ren.
Yeah, I know you went back with Ren.
DNA, the battle rapper off the East Coast. And then the Godimus had done his part on that track for the Maze. And we had already we already released that track. And it's been out for a little minute, but we went and shot the video for it with DNA and Ren out on the East Coast. And
shout out to Ren.
Yeah, big shout out to the homie Ren.
Yeah, sorry I missed you this time, man. But I'll come back out there and see you, baby. I'll come back out there.
It was cool catching up with him. But I'll get into all that here in a minute. We'll try and tell it in chronological order a little bit, so I ain't gonna jump around too much. But
what you want to jump into? So, I mean, I still want to talk about this Will Smith thing. I mean, I think this is something that it's wild. It's really not the hip hop. It's not what we want to bring out and talk about, but it's community. I mean, it happened. We all see it. We all got questions about it, right?
I mean, it was a thing. It happened.
Yeah, I mean, don't fucking talk about Jada.
Yeah.
Keep her name out your fucking mouth.
That was just, what, 2 weeks ago? A week ago it happened?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it was yesterday as much as they still talking about it, but...
No shit.
It is what it is, man. We gotta...
Everybody's voiced an opinion. He got kicked out the fucking Academy Awards, SAG Awards, whatever.
Yeah, the Oscars.
Yeah.
And he got put in a place with the JELLO man, Bill Cosby, Henry Weinstein. Like, you got put in a place with people that you really don't want to be with, man.
Well, I mean, what he did, I wouldn't equate to what they did.
Well, no.
But yeah, I mean, they probably all kicked out the club.
You guys are in this bubble.
Right.
And you're in that bubble with them, Will.
Right, yeah, he's ostracized from the crew.
Yep, but you can go back to hip-hop and we can talk about that, on the next podcast, maybe. If you come back with, like, Big Willie style or something like that, number 2.
Him and DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't sleep on that, though. That
shit happens, I guess.
They did kill it back then.
Yeah.
So there is a new show coming out, new festival out on the East Coast. Right?
So, yep. So this one we talked about a while back because the very first concert I ever shot was called Rock the Bells.
Yeah.
In Denver. That was the first interview I ever did with Tech Nine, and it was at Red Rocks.
Just dope ass venue.
Yeah. And it was a festival that was mainly at gigantic arenas and venues across the United States, and it featured huge supergroups like Wu-Tang.
Forever.
Yeah, Wu-Tang was on there. When I saw it, in Denver, it was headlined by Nas and Damian Marley.
Okay.
Tech Nine was there. Slaughterhouse was there.
Big names.
Yeah, Busta Rhymes and one of the dudes from Flip Mode Squad was there. It was a stacked lineup. And so, so my point to that was that festival was thrown by a dude. I think the dude's name was Chaz, and that was called Rock the Bells. And then LL Cool J owns Rock the Bells Radio and Rock the Bells. I think that's what he calls his company. I can't remember.
He just went into the Hall of Fame.
For what?
LL Cool J, living legend, baby. He just went into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh, did they just induct him in there?
Yep. Just went into.
What, last year?
No, it's just recently. He just went into.
Well, right now they're doing another round, so it must have been last year. Because right now it's Tribe Called Quest, Eminem, and a handful of other people that they're voting on this year.
He just did, but was that hip hop or was that rock and roll?
They don't have a hip hop Hall of Fame.
Well,
Everybody goes into rock and roll.
Well, I feel like there should be a hip hop Hall of Fame.
So
maybe that's where
what
you need to start creating some shit like that.
I don't know if they're gonna let me. I don't know if they're gonna let me create.
Hey,
that museum.
I'll put my cast on your vote, man.
I appreciate it, dog.
I'll put my cast on your vote.
But yeah, and a lot of other people brought up that point. They were like, "Yo, this is kind of because Dolly Parton was on there too, and she actually just stepped down and resigned from the group and was like, hey, maybe I write a rock and roll song and whatever." But basically, it was like they have the CMT Awards, they have Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and everybody just goes in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I mean, there's a couple of hip hop groups in there like Run DMC.
Grammys, maybe it was something on the Grammys where he got some big award like the I'm the fucking man award or whatever it was. But I know that he just got honored in a huge way, and it was Dre that brought him that award. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah, Dre's the one who presented him with the award, and that's when he said, LL means ladies love.
Yeah.
I always thought it was left leg because he always had that little thing up on his, he always had that
pants
that
cuffed
leg.
up.
Yeah. So, but he said he goes living legend. So maybe that's what it was. He just got the award for I'm the fucking man of the last 25 years.
He's a bad motherfucker. I mean, look at what he's done with his career. He did the whole hip hop thing in the 80s to 90s, and was still dropping records in the early 2000s, and then he made that transition
and all that, and now he's doing the
TV and movies.
Yeah.
I mean, he did several big movies. He was in one of the Halloween movies, the fucking Michael Myers ones.
And then that SWAT, he went to now he's doing the NCIS.
Yep, Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Wasn't
crazy what hip hop will take you into.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you're smart about it, hip hop will take you all the way to the grave with just beautiful things.
Real talk.
So
wasn't Dr. Dre in SWAT as well?
Nope.
What was the one Dre was in where he was part of the SWAT team? He only has like a 30-second cameo when they do the raid or whatever, right? You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
I thought Samuel L. Jackson was the raid leader, and they're like staging on the roof, and you see Dre. And,
I'm not sure what that. Not sure. You got me on.
I'm trying to think. We might have to Google that. Maybe it wasn't Training Day.
No, Training Day was Denzel.
Well, I know that, but I was trying to think of like he has a cameo as one of the dudes in a raid for like a SWAT team in an LA-based movie.
Yeah.
And I can't think of what the fuck it is. I thought it was SWAT, but maybe it's SWAT team or something like that. Very similar very similar title.
Either way, just to throw it back, hip hop will take you so many different places.
Real talk.
You could start as a hip hop genius, and then you turn into producer, you turn into an actor, you turn into a superstar. Even though you started as a superstar, that's still, shout out to LL.
Real talk, yeah. Big ups to LL. They have multifaceted. You know what I mean? He pursued a lot of different avenues and became talented and skilled in each one of those avenues that he went down. And
now he's doing his festival.
Right.
Rock the
yeah.
Bells.
Yeah.
And that's When's that gonna be?
August 6th.
August 6th.
August 6th in Queens. He's going back home to an arena, and he's doing the Rock the Bells Festival with Jadakiss. Diplomats are supposed to be there.
Yep, Lil' Kim, Trina.
Yup.
Baddest bitch, you know. I mean, Trina, baby. I loved you back in the day.
Right.
I still love you, no matter what.
I saw her in Des Moines years ago. She was
Because
here.
she was coming from my house.
She was getting the fuck
You
out of
probably
here.
caught her. She flew in town to see me.
She was trying to highlight you.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll take that. Yeah.
She was here with Bubba Sparks. It was Bubba Sparks, Trina. I can't remember who the fucking headliner was. It was at Seven Flags, Horizon Event Center now.
Yep.
But back then it was Seven Flags, and it was. I went to the show.
Bubba, Trina.
It was like 2003.
So who would have toured back then with
I'm
Bubba
trying-
Sparks?
yeah, I
'Cause
can't
it had
think
to be
of-
one of his.
Well, that's all Timberland's crew.
Yeah.
That's Trina, Bubba Sparks. I can't think of who the fucking headliner was.
But either way, to continue on that Rock the Bells, there.
Yeah.
So Nori, I don't know if you said that, but
And then the whole Dipset camp, Joel Santana, Cameron, and Jim Jones,
yeah.
and then Jadakiss. It's a stacked East Coast lineup.
Scarface.
Is Scarface on there too?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Scarface, and then Ice Cube's on there as well. So that's
Yeah.
Ice Cube's kind of the one from a different region that's coming. But it's an early announcement.
Side.
Yeah, it's an early announcement, so I would expect that it's going to evolve and continue to grow because it's not. It's like 5-6 months away still yet. So
Yeah, I wonder what the arena holds. Be interested to see what that.
yeah,
'Cause I mean, for a festival, I'm assuming indoor.
yeah. I don't
I
know
mean,
a whole
it-
bunch about it.
Something we gotta check out, talk about next time.
It says Forest Hill Stadium. So if it's a baseball stadium, I guess it could be outdoors or whatever maybe.
Yeah, well, Forest Hills isn't a baseball stadium.
I was thinking you probably know
yeah,
that.
no, I know,
Yeah.
I know the games, but
Well, if it's, stadium usually only refers to sports, right? They don't call it like a performance venue.
right,
Isn't
yeah,
usually
it could
referred
be,
to as
it
a
could
stadium.
be like
So
a AAA ball club or something like that. Like
okay,
Iowa that holds, 20,000. But
is
I
that
would
what
think,
our park holds?
Yeah, I think something around them numbers.
Oh, I wouldn't.
But
have
I
guessed
would think
big.
that they have, something that big would be a lot different, and maybe they have. That may be the seating part of it, but if you have the festival inside the stadium, you can still fit another 30,000 on the field, and at a different rate than you got people sitting up in the stands, you got people down there right in front, just getting jiggy with it.
That's true.
Going back to Willie, you know what I'm saying? Hey.
You brought that full circle there. I see what
Right,
you did.
yep,
I see what you
yep,
did.
yep.
Speaking of stadiums, we just drove past where they're supposed to be putting in that Come and Go stadium. That's what is it? A UMC? What's the league that they're in? It's a soccer stadium that they're building here in Des Moines.
Yep, it's basically just a cut down from MLS. So you got like your Seattle Sounders, you got the KC United or Sporting KC,
Okay.
and he's bigger. But man, this guy here that owns Come and Goes, he wants to have something more than just gas stations. So
Well, and they say that they're gonna be hosting concerts and shit in there too.
yeah, well, I think the stadium in itself, with help of mine and your tax money, is going to be. I think it's going to hold like 18,000,
That's pretty big.
and yeah, it's
That's no small
so
venue.
it should be a pretty dope. And I think they have, they had that theater over at the Social Club.
Yeah.
That Come and Goes, they've been part of, trying to get the
Diversify.
music, diversify into more than just what they're doing as a gas station.
You're right.
So, and he's got a shit ton of money
Yeah.
that,
They're doing all right.
yeah, for sure.
Well, and they go as far. The first time I ever saw Come and Go, we were driving to Durango, Colorado. They've got them down in southern Colorado. So they're not. It's kind of regional, but they're definitely reaching out west, and they're through Nebraska, Colorado.
Well, and they got down in a little bumfuck town of my grandparents' uh,
Super Southern
lived in.
Oh, in Missouri.
Yeah, down in Missouri, like, it's 300 miles down south.
Yeah.
They have two across the street from each other.
They just
They
compete with
battle each
themselves.
other. They're like, man, who's gonna go on this side? Who's gonna go on this side? Well, I guess you get the best of both worlds there. But
So that reminds me, when we just drove to New York, I drove to New York. Cap flew out there and met me. So I'll start at the beginning. I was supposed to go out there to film a couple music videos. Left St. Patty's Day is actually when I left. Thursday, the 17th of March, yeah. Fuck, I almost said April. Thursday, March 17th, I left. And it was kind of funny because I've never been to Chicago on St. Patty's Day. They do the whole Dye the River thing.
Yep.
The GPS tried taking me up into Chicago, which you can bypass Chicago. You don't want to go to fucking Chicago anyways. Like, it's traffic down there is a fucking mess. You know what I mean? So the GPS tried to take me into Chicago instead of taking 880 or whatever it is to bypass the city and just stay on the on the interstate. And I started cutting up into Chicago, and I was like, fuck, I'm not trying to go to Chicago.
Why not go to Cook County, man? Cook County, that's gangster as shit.
Nah, I'm out.
Hip-hop as it comes.
But I did think this might be my only motherfucking opportunity to go see the Green River.
Yeah.
Because they only do it for the one day or whatever. I'm sure there's remnants left over for a couple of days.
I don't know how you dye a whole fucking river green and then all of a sudden it's like gone the next day.
Yeah, somebody did a meme of all the fish and they were like, what the fuck? But
I heard of drinking green beer, but I ain't never heard of eating green fish.
yeah,
But
I'll pass.
it's a Chi-Town thing, man.
Right? But yeah, so I almost went there, but I kept on plugging and I went through
And you was alone when you went to Chicago, right?
Yep, I was rolling solo dolo. I left here so it's kind of funny. I left here at 4 in the morning. And no, not quite that. Yeah, no, okay. Originally,
I thought you actually left at a reasonable time.
I originally left at like
the night before.
I did.
Yeah, we had this. I don't know if we want to have this conversation right here on this.
Oh, I don't care. All right, I'll hold it. We'll put that in the pocket.
But you was.
I originally left, and then I decided I was going to go get some sleep.
Yeah, because normally when we rock together, man, on road trips, we're out at between 10 p.m. and 4 a.m. is our like target spot to leave.
That's the launch. That's the launch time.
Which is the most fucked up time to leave, but
Got to hit the ground running, baby.
Well, yeah. I mean, we hit the ground. I always hit it grinding and riding.
You go to sleep.
Well, I mean, I try to stay up, bro, but
First half hour at least.
I mean, I give you an hour as long as I get chief before I do it, man. But that's not what I'm supposed to be talking about.
But yeah, so I hit the ground running, and I was going through Chicago, which is about 5.5 hours away.
Yeah.
I was going through there right about fucking rush hour time.
Ooh.
And I was like, fuck, I don't want to be here. And so I actually went partway into Chicago and had to flip around and come back to catch the whatever little offshoot interstate that was. I was going up into the city and I think it wanted to add like 55 miles onto the trip anyway. So I was like, nah, I'm out. So I flipped around and I went back down, and I passed by a Wendy's. It was like 75 degrees out, and there was a dude out there selling ass in a fur coat.
Selling ass or acid?
No, he was. I mean, I didn't ask. He might have been on acid, but he was definitely selling ass. He was selling booty.
Selling ass.
He was pacing the same spot multiple times, and I'm trying to turn around, and so I think he thought I was scoping, and so he kind of paused and did a once over on me and was like, "Am I getting in or what? What are we doing here?" And I was like, "No, I gotta get the fuck out of here."
So wait, did you swoop him up or no?
I mean, it's a long ride. You know what I mean? Like, he was going somewhere, I was going somewhere. I figured I ain't got nobody else with me.
Fuck it, let's go to the same goddamn place.
You ever been to Detroit, bro? I'm going to Detroit.
And that's where Cap met you, was in Detroit, right?
Yeah, so I cruised the rest of the way on.
Shout out Cap.
Yeah, I got there Thursday, and he didn't come into town until Friday night. I filmed the next morning with Marv 1. So I kind of scoped it out a little bit the night before, on Thursday when I first got there. I peeped out the city. Detroit was cool. It's a cool little drive. I was impressed with how thick the trees were and shit. You know what I mean? Like I didn't expect the
Like what trees?
the
are we talking?
foliage to be that dense. They did have big ass billboards that were. I'll chime some of this in. I'll put it in right about here with some of the pictures and shit that I got.
Like the Casey store.
Yeah, there was the Casey's store right next to the dispensary.
Yeah.
So apparently Casey's is branching out too. They're in Michigan.
Yeah.
There was a big purple dinosaur. Not Barney, but there were, or maybe it was a unicorn. I don't know what the fuck it was, but I was driving and I saw.
So you did pick that dude up. You picked that dude up, and then next thing you know, the Dino dinosaur was purple, but not Barney. So
You know,
I mean, now we're starting to get things.
He was singing. He said, "I love you, you love me." I just went with it. You know what I mean?
Right. So trip was hot though. I mean, it was cool.
It was cool.
You got to go out and see.
So the first day I filmed with Friday morning, I got up and I filmed with Marv One, and I had to catch him because he was going. He had just set up a new battle, and he was going to Virginia to go battle, and he was like, "Bro, I'm leaving town. You know what I mean? It's a bad week. I got booked. You know, maybe we can make it happen."
He's fit the time though.
Yeah. He was like, "Bro, I can carve out an hour for you before I go and catch his flight." I was like, "Sweet." I get up, so I ain't sleep for shit. I got up the next morning, started hitting the coffee. I'm like, all right, cool. We met at this dope mural, and I got the footage with him. He was a G, knew his verse, ran right through it. We hit it a couple different times, right there off 8 Mile.
That's what's up. And
yeah.
you know that the fortunate thing and even just the last trip
Yeah.
out to NYC and in Jersey and all that and Newark, it was that was just I had to throw that in there. But everybody, man, that we've been able to work with has been so on point,
Professional.
Except, I mean, you know, so an hour works for a lot of these dudes because they know the business of the game. They know hip hop. They know
They're veterans.
It's like boom, boom, boom. Let's get it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Some can kick it afterwards. They can take us to the bodegas. You know, like even go back. You know, to Facts, to Mickey, man.
We hopped on the train.
He was able to show us around a little bit, but that's been the real dope thing is to be able to work with cats that love the business.
Yep.
And they're not fucking around, man. It's like, let's do this. I know my verse. Let's film.
Yeah.
Let's make it hot. Well, let's get it out there.
And I like it. I could probably liken this to like a director working with somebody that's a veteran actor because sometimes they can ad lib on the scene and go, "Hey, why don't you try and do it like this?" You know what I mean? And so they chime in on the creative part of it as well and go, "Hey, I was thinking maybe we do this or whatever." I'm always down with the feedback, especially if I'm filming in somebody else's city because I'm like, maybe I don't know this city that well or I've only been here a few times or whatever. You know what I mean? So try and maintain the same vision of what I had going through it, but at the same time, like. It's Detroit. It's telling the story of Detroit. You know what I mean? And so I got a shitload of B-roll of the city of Detroit, and then we just linked up with each artist and really did it right. So, so Friday we did that. I filmed with Marv One, and then I had the rest of the day pretty much free. So I went to Mom's Spaghetti. I ate at Eminem's restaurant, and it was cool. And then I went upstairs to the trailer and peeped out the souvenir shop. That was cool too.
Yeah, remember I was on the line with you when you were doing that.
Yep.
At the museum.
Yeah. Yep. So that was cool to go through and see like all the stuff that he had up in there that was, unique stuff that he had collected over the years. Some of it for sale and a lot of it not for sale. You know. Yeah. So.
And that dude's top of the line.
Yeah. I mean that's the MC right there.
Yeah. There's just no other way to express your feelings about him without saying that's the dude.
He's sick with a pen.
That's the dude.
Yeah, he's a beast with a pen, man.
Yeah.
I mean, there are people that come in and out of music and leave their mark, but I think he definitely left big shoes to fill. You know what I mean? Like,
what the fuck? I mean, I was speechless to someone try to fill his shoes. Someone try to fill his shoes and see what happens.
Well, they're little shoes, but the mark
he got little feet.
Yeah, I think he's only like 5'9". No, he's not even 5'9". I think he's
I don't give a fuck. He walks around like he's 14'7". So
big dick swinging motherfucker.
Yeah, slam dick on the Illwood.
He's got a cool little spot right there off of Woodward. They do a lot of the auctions for like sports memorabilia and shit like that. And you can get, I'm not super familiar with them, but I seen that they did some sports auctions over the years that they teamed up with some hip hop artists with. What else was down there? The Tiger Stadium, Ford Field. That's all in that same area. Little Caesars Arena. It was a cool little area. You know what I mean? They're building up the city, trying to kind of bring it back. So that was Friday. Saturday, I went and filmed with Nassan, Proof's son, from D12. He knew his verse. We went and filmed kind of in that same area. Cap was in town by then. I picked him up the night before, and we kicked it a little bit. Everything was cool. Detroit's airport actually has 2 layers to it. He was upstairs and I was downstairs, and I was trying to find him. It was like when we come into LAX.
We're talking about Cap?
Yeah.
You would not think that he got lost as much as he got us around.
Oh no, he didn't get lost. I just couldn't get to him. I was down below and he was up top, so he had to come down to me.
Yeah, that dude's magic on, I don't know what he does, what his
navigate.
He got us around the NYC, like besides that one time coming back from Newark, but I think we were all mind fucked when we come back that time, and we had no fucking idea what. We were just glad to make it out of Newark at that point.
I went to Newark again.
Yeah, I heard. I
went and checked it out. I cruised through it in the whip.
Yeah.
Just to see what it was like driving through it.
Oh, yeah. That's why we got, I'm pretty sure that we got shut down by, I think, 2 Uber drivers trying to get us to where we was trying to go. They're like, fuck, we ain't taking you that, motherfucker. You crazy? You're out your fucking mind.
They did not want to go.
No, but we did make it. It was successful. We didn't.
That was on the 2019 trip.
Yeah. We didn't make it a success. Just.
I mean, it was cool. You know what I mean? We went out there and had
personal
fun.
reasons we didn't.
It was cool.
One thing I didn't realize is that you could take a sectional, and you can complete an entire fucking house.
You're wild.
On 2 levels with 1 sectional.
I mean, that's why they call it a sectional.
And a coffee cup.
Put it in sections.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you know. I thought I took that sectional thing a little different than what that one dude did, but
making use of the tools that you got.
Right.
But yeah, so we banged that out, and then in Detroit. So then we filmed with Nassan. He was super cool, real humble, easy to work with. He said he wants to do the podcast sometime.
What's up?
Yeah, and he's got some big things coming, and it was fun working with him. It was cool.
What's up? And yeah, that's a Legends kid, man.
Yeah, well, and
R.I.P. Proof.
R.I.P. Proof. He created his own lane, and I think he's gonna do some cool stuff.
That's dope to hear.
Yeah, so I was excited to work with him.
He's a little different than Proof too, right? I mean, from a musical standpoint.
And that's what I mean. Like, yeah, he created his own lane. He didn't try and
just follow the footsteps.
Right,
of
cookie cutter what his dad did. You know what I mean? He's creating his own lane, and I mean, it seems to be working well. I like his stuff. You know what I mean? I think it's cool, and he's got a dope vibe to him. So that's exciting. So then the next day, Cap and I went and met up with Ty Ferris, and Ty was super cool. He was telling us stories. I wish I would have captured some of them. He was telling us stories about the early days of working with Elzai and Proof, and these dudes that were the dudes that put him on. You know what I mean? Like they were the predecessors that laid the foundation in Detroit, and his OGs that he was looking up to, and so for him.
There's a lot of OGs in Detroit.
Yeah, for him to have these stories and share them with us and talking about battle rap and just the stories of the come up in Detroit. It was cool to hear those, and it wouldn't have been appropriate for me to film it, but it would have been dope to film it and have that little side, the little side material to share with you guys, so y'all could hear the same stuff we got to hear, because it was cool. So he shared some dope personal stories
That
with
may
us.
be coming soon, though. You feel me?
You know, maybe we'll
You feel me?
I mean, Ty Ferris is all over the place right now. He just dropped Room 39. He's got a whole bunch of merch coming for it. He's got, I think he said 2 new projects on the come up. Right now he's got in the pipeline. Vinyl's coming. I mean, the dude he's a beast. So I'm excited to see what he does with the rest of the stuff that he's got coming. And I mean, he's again another professional. He was ready to go. He met me on time. You know what I mean? Like, he knew his verse. He was like, boom, 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 boom. He was throwing in creative stuff like, hey, how about we film over here? He was giving a little bit of information about the area and shit while we were filming.
That's what's up.
It was
That's
dope. Yeah, so
speaking on that, about projects coming up, man, what's EmceeTV got coming up, man? Anything on the horn right now, on the wheel?
well, I mean, I got to edit all this. So I got the music video for all these music videos. You know what I mean? There's
the NYC.
Yeah, there's 4 music videos coming. I've been cutting pictures and kind of slapping them out every once in a while as I go through and cut them. But yeah, I mean, I'm just keeping it rolling. You know what I mean? Like,
and this podcast, we gonna try to do.
I do it weekly. You know what I mean? I jump out here every Tuesday.
This is my first time back with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With that motherfucker Steve, it's been.
Getting your bearings.
Yeah, we've both been busy, man, doing our own thing,
Yeah, so I usually film on Tuesday and I try and drop it on Friday. So that gives me a couple days to edit it, and that gives me a little cushion time too, just in case something pops up and I can't get right to it right away. Then I'm not crunching and fucking up till 4 a.m. the night before trying to.
Yeah, I would never stay up till 4 a.m.
Yeah. Me and Kofi here locked in this fucking dungeon editing.
Shout out to Kofi.
Big ups to the dude Kofi. But yeah, so film Thursday or film Tuesday, drop it Friday, and then we start all over again the next week. So I'm hoping.
What's up, man?
People been chiming in. We had Armando on here. I got quite a few other people that have hit me up. The dudes from Late Street hit me up and they want to get on here. I think they're out of Fort Dodge. Yeah, you know what I mean? So I'm just going to keep it moving.
Yeah.
Drama was on here. Drama came through and told his story. And we talked about all the work that Drama did behind the scenes. RJ usually sits in on them with me. You know what I mean? And we just talk about shit going on in hip-hop and current events in hip-hop. And
Well, I know next time, man, to
bring a little bigger cup.
Yeah, and not give Kofi one of them drinks either, though.
Glasses of apple juice.
Yeah, I mean, I like drink apple juice while I'm filming just because it's always it always gets my mind right. You dig? Just that
I mean, I share some of my bush with you.
I'm good on that, but
got enough bush
man,
in the 80s.
EmceeTV, this dude's wild, man. He's doing big things, and he got it going on.
What?
No matter what it is, he got it going on. So respect on that, just from the jump.
I appreciate it, dog. This is the easy part. You know what I mean? We don't really edit these. We add some graphic overlays and shit, and we don't really edit them, so it makes it simple to do this part. But the hard work is the music part. I mean, it's not hard work because it's fun, but it's you know what I mean. That's
the edits and all that.
Yeah, and then the music videos. You know what I mean? Because those got to be trunk tight.
But you've been doing this for. I mean, we've been rocking together for a long fucking time, man.
It's been a minute.
And you started with something that was a little different than what you're doing now.
Yeah.
But that was something that you realized that really wasn't your thing. And now you're doing this, and it's a beautiful thing.
Well, the ideas, I like the fact that an idea can evolve over time, and you can go, well, that worked, that didn't work, and just trying different things and being comfortable with coming back at it again and going, all right, well, I'm not giving up on this. I like this, but the way I approached it didn't work, or whatever. So yeah, you know what I mean. I made a couple runs at it.
You come into me with some fucked up ideas.
Get the fuck out of here.
But I mean, all in all, man, you're a gangster. You are bringing hip hop to the 515. You're doing a beautiful thing here with, not only bringing people here as artists, and having shows, but you're also bringing the production from every coast. You know, we've been out west, we've been out east,
Right.
been north, and guess south as far as, you know, KC Mo, but
Yeah.
it's still, I mean, you're bringing all that right here and doing your production here in the 505 and in Iowa. That's a beautiful thing to me.
Well, I appreciate
So,
that, dog. It means a lot.
Yeah.
I appreciate your help. All these years, you know what I mean?
Hey, I'm just top flight security, baby.
You know, usually when I fucking hit the road on one of these crazy adventures, it's you and Cap, and I'm like,
Right.
hey,
Yeah, it was weird not to knowing you was out there and me not being there, and then you going through some little rough edges on your, you know, once you got out to NYC. I'm like, man, fuck, I should have been there, but you know, unfortunately, when you know your kids they get older and
commitments.
you got shit going on. It happens, but we'll continue to do this, man. I'll continue to rock with you
Hell yeah.
as always have, and you know, it's only gonna get better.
Of course.
So,
Ain't nothing to it.
but to
Ain't
do
no
it.
other choice.
But to do it,
Hell yeah.
for sure, man.
Bad boys for life.
EmceeTV.
Oh, are we signing off? Are we done?
Nah, I don't know. My drink is gone.
I thought you was like, we out.
No, it's EmceeTV. I mean it. My drink is gone. I don't think there's anything else.
You did say that twice.
Well, hell.
Well, just grab one of them. I'll pay him
Yeah.
back. He keeps stealing my. Somebody keeps stealing my.
Well, it's fucking warm beer, and we don't know what we're drinking anyway. If it,
You're a
like this
goofball.
here.
Yeah, you good.
I don't know, bro. Bro,
Kofi said, "Did the tap pop?"
no, it didn't.
So
Damn.
we back. We back.
Woo! Shit got scary when we went off the air for a second.
You know, I mean, every once in a while you gotta just take a quick cut break. But
I feel
yeah,
like that. You know, that was.
you're foaming. You're foaming. Yeah, man. But you know, I mean, we just hip hop has always influenced me. It's always gonna be a part of my life. You know what I mean? And so for me to be able to bring it to Des Moines and really put on for the city and showcase. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of dope graph artists that I want to link up with for different projects, and there's some stuff that people have told me that they got in the pipeline. I don't want to bring it out because I don't know where they're at with it.
You talking local cats?
Yeah, people that are local, and there are a lot of people like Ass Fate and his crew that do the buses at 515 and have been doing art here and writing for a long time and are super talented artists. And so to collab with them on some different projects and on a hip hop tip as well, because he's a dope MC. So you know, I think Des Moines has a lot to offer in terms
100%.
of hip hop. And I would be excited to be able to bring that to the forefront and showcase what we got here, because I think a lot of people are trying to find ways for themselves to capitalize off of it. I'm not really interested in that. I got my own lane with my stuff I'm doing. I just want to put a little light on it and let folks know that Des Moines, Iowa does have hip hop. We got dope hip hop, and it's been popping out here for a long minute.
You showcase some of them cats.
Yeah.
And,
so
you know, granted, you bring people in to be the headliner, but every one of them cats that are them openers, they're out there showing. If they show up,
put in work.
they show out. I mean, if you want to be somebody, you reach out to EmceeTV, he'll put you on a show, but you got to show up and you got to show out. You can't show up and then fade out. Like, you know, like you gotta do everything that you got in yourself to make that, whether it be a 20-minute set, whatever it is, you gotta put everything you have into that set.
Well, and it starts with, you know, when you link up with somebody, in my opinion, it starts with them helping promote the show.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I love a lot of these MCs that I work with here in Des Moines, but I ain't just putting you on because I love you. You know what I mean? Like, I need help pushing these events.
A business.
When we throw an event,
EmceeTV's a business.
When we throw an event, I need my fan base, your fan base. I need all of us to support each other. And so, you know, it goes back to posting the flyers and you know, doing a video drop. And, yo, I got a show coming up. Check in. Holla at this. Check this out. You know what I mean?
I got a couple tickets for you.
Right.
Know?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Get the word out. Spread the word.
Every hip-hop, if you're in hip-hop and you try to be more hip-hop and you get into a show, you sell them tickets to promote yourself. And that's everybody has sold tickets, man.
Hey, man.
I'm not even an artist. I've sold tickets.
Right.
And I feel like I've sold a lot more tickets than the people that are in these shows that it's like, why am I selling tickets for you, bro?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's again, man, it's a business, and it's my homie's business. And so I'm here to support you. I'm here to support all these artists as well, because that's what we do in hip hop. We support everybody in hip hop.
Word.
Until they realize they don't want to support themselves.
Well, and I mean, so if you look at it, instead of just looking at it in the short term, like, I got to flip the tickets for this show, if you support a local promoter by, like, there's a couple events coming up that I just shared the flyers for on my Facebook. I've got a decent little following, you know what I mean? They're not anything I'm affiliated with or anything like that. But by me supporting that promoter and the artists that they're bringing to town that I like, that helps keep this whole wheel turning. You know what I mean? If those dudes fail, then they're not going to bring the next show. Or if they fail a couple times in a row, they're not going to bring the next show. The money dries up. And then that's one less person bringing money and bringing hip-hop to Des Moines. And 100%. So then all of a sudden it's like, well, there ain't no hip-hop in Des Moines. Nobody brings shows. Nobody does this. Well, that's because they're losing. Nobody wants to lose. This ain't a guaranteed thing. So you got to support it. You got to share the flyer. You got to, even if you ain't fucking with it.
So I can ask you a personal question. I mean,
yeah,
you lost.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's.
I lost big time.
Right.
Yeah.
But that made you work harder. That made you get on the grind harder. That made you.
You got to go back to the drawing board. You got to reevaluate things and go, what the fuck did I do wrong? And how do I fix it? So
it couldn't have been all you on that, but you still got to go back. You got to.
Right. You got to evaluate. You got to evaluate, reassess, and circle back around and go, all right, this is where I did wrong, or this is where I can make changes to improve my situation. And this is where I don't leverage myself and put myself out there as much, and I take baby steps to make sure that I'm doing it the right way. So
that right there is business, man. Ladies and gentlemen, EmceeTV, that motherfucker Steve.
You know, I mean,
hey, pay for that. Pay for that knowledge, man. That's what you need to do, is pay for that knowledge.
We ain't doing an infomercial. That's free. That's free for
y'all. No, that's free knowledge. No, I'm just saying, but people pay for that shit.
Just click like. Just click like and maybe hit subscribe. Wherever the subscribe button is, hit like and subscribe, and I'll give you a couple more. But yeah, man, you know what I mean? I'm just going to try and keep doing this hip-hop thing. We're going to keep pushing, having fun, making dope music, giving back to the culture that gave to us, and try and educate people with the little bit that we've learned along the way. So, with that, it's getting late. It's a motherfucking Tuesday. My kids got to go to school in the morning. We're going to sign off. And we'll get some sleep. So, it's your boy, that motherfucker Steve. This is my homeboy Matt. We're at the Lightroom Studio, Des Moines, Iowa. And we out.
East to west, east to west. Ran Thomas. Yuck mouth. Spice one. Look. Every 16 I pen in this pad, comparable to Maryland heroin bags. See, this the repercussion of them delicate raps. You selling these cats, y'all pop chains from peddling fast. We've been known to snatch a piece or two. Y'all can't take over cause we gon' eat the you. Rock steady like a ginger brought Aretha through. This shit torture and I'ma keep feeding you. On that East Coast shit, y'all better duck down. Price on his dome, 5 on it like yuck mouth. When the plug get knocked, that's when the price jumps. American Nightmare, that's where the Spice One. Rappers running like Ricky in the alleyway. Putting an end to the week, no Saturday. They want static, get it shaking like Cassius Clay. Passionate thugs mixing Douce with Alizé.
Don't play with us. Them goons ain't got you safe enough. Yelling fuck 'em like Smokey off the angel dust. My life so real, sounds like I made it up. Been up so long, I don't remember waking up. Dangerous, sharper than a razor's touch. We hit that strip and get the caking up. God hate ugly, so ain't no saving us. Been up so long, I don't remember waking up.